It's 10 o'clock on the 8th of July. I've just been dropped off by Kenny's Taxis in Hereford, and I'm just about to do a 2 to 3 mile, 2 to 3 day canoe trek from Hereford down to Monmouth on the River Wye. It's going to be a scorcher. Deliberately dosed myself with suntan cream, so going against the wind now. I've had to ask somebody, because there doesn't seem to be any flow on the river, which way is downstream, which is slightly embarrassing, so I now know it's that way, and off we go. It's just gone 11:30. I'm about an hour and a half into it. It's a bit harder than I thought it was. There's quite a strong wind blowing upstream, and I'm paddling into that at the moment. It's kind of counteracting the flow really, so I'm having to fight against it all the time. We're waiting in the front with the barrels and the food and stuff in there as help, because I'm not swinging about quite as much. It's baking hot, so I've stopped here to have a bit of a drink and have a rest for a bit, because I'm even though I put the sun cream on, I'm feeling I'm getting burnt already. So I hope I've got enough sun cream. Wildlife wise, it's been a bit quiet. There's a kingfisher over there at the moment peeping. I've seen 2 kingfisher nests, but they haven't been going in and out the holes. What else do I see? Common sandpiper, grey wagtail, demoiselles, and a buzzard. Other than that, it's quite quiet. Nobody else on the river at all. There's been some fishermen. Yeah, nothing else to report. There's a sand martin colony here. About sort of 40, 50 of them maybe. Don't know whether you can see it, but there are baby sand martins actually in the holes, sticking their heads out, fairly close to fledging. There's a family of, I can't see from here without my binoculars, but goosanders or mergansers. Can't see the male, looks like a female maybe with 4 young. Grey sides and a brown head. This is the stretch of the river between Hereford and Holme Lacey. The wind's died down a bit now, so it's a bit easier to paddle, but there's no real flow as such. I'm going to start to reapply some sun lotion. I think she's got 4 young ones. Yeah, the colour of the beak, the one at the front has got the redder beak. Bye bye. Go and catch some minnows. There's some Indian teepees the other side of the river. Great to stay in one of those. Can't really see how many, there's definitely 3. Again, the river's slowed here, the wind's died a bit. I think I've got about 3 or 4 miles of this quiet stretch. Shame about the pylon, isn't it? Perfect. Welcome bit of shade at last. I'm still not at Holm Lacey yet, so probably not even halfway on day one. But you notice the temperature drop as soon as you get behind these big trees. You can see how dark it is across the river here. It's a lovely breeze now. Makes such a difference. Seen another, I think they're red-breasted merganser females, or young ones, rather than goosander, because they seem to have a bit of a rough back to the back of the head, a sort of tufty head. So seen another one of those. Some sort of emerald, either a downy emerald or a brilliant emerald dragonfly, as well as a hairy and an emperor. Again, nobody else on the water so far. May it stay that way. On that corner where that big tree is, that's where the River Lug comes in and joins the Wye. Which is about here on the map. So I'm trying to get to about Hereford-Hoarwithy, which is there. That's where I'll be camping tonight, setting the hammock up. So I think according to the scale on this map, which is that's 2 miles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe another 6 miles. Stopped just a few yards down from where the River Lug confluence is with the Wye. Get the name of the river. You can see behind this is the sort of place that you expect to find paddling alone. It's just completely deserted here. Wind's still reasonably strong, but I think when I go around this corner now, it'll be blowing across rather than straight at me, which make things a bit easier. Just stopped for a bit of a piddle and a paddle in the water. Well, I didn't piddle in the water, but I paddled in the water. Just stopped for an ice cream break at the Luxury Camping and Caravanning Park. There's a cafe here, literally as soon as you go underneath the Holm Lacey bridge, it's on the left. It's well worth going to, because you can moor the boat straight up on the edge and plonk 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 up the steps and you're there. It's just on 4 o'clock, still on day one. Had to stop again for another shade break, and luckily I've got a drink in the cafe, so I'm having that at the moment. It's just too hot basically to keep paddling. The flow's gone again, so I think I've still got another 7 or 8 miles to go. And I was aiming to get there for about 6, so I think I'm going to be a bit late, or I don't bother rushing to get to Hereford-Hoarwithy and maybe set up camp before I get there. Anyway, I'm yet to see that, but I'm not going to rush because there's no point. I've got 3 or 4 days to do this in, so just quite nice sitting in the shade not doing anything at the moment. About 5 o'clock now. The sun's not quite as intense. It's gone from behind at the moment. Wind's still reasonably strong. I think I'm about 4 or 5 miles away from where I need to be. rush. Not a cloud in the sky. Perfect. I think I'm about 2 miles now from Hoarwithy, which is my intended place to stop for the first night, because we've got the disused railway bridge here, one of three, so this is the first one, and I think this is about 1.5 miles, 2 miles upstream of Hoarwithy. So anywhere from that point onwards, a couple of trees to whip the hammock up on, that's what I'm looking for. It's nearly 6 o'clock. I haven't quite made it to the first of the disused bridges, but I did wonder whether this might be a suitable place to camp, seeing as it's on an island, so I'm not really going to get interfered with out here. This edge of the island's got the evening sun, which is now not so hot, so it's quite nice to see the evening out. So I'm probably 100 metres from the bridge, and I did wonder whether I could be sticking the hammock between this tree and that tree, so we'll give that a go. It might just be a bit too muddy though. Well, just managed to get the hammock up, but I've just leant against that tree and half of it is just disintegrated and fallen in the water, so it is dead. There might be a thud and a splash in the middle of the night, but we'll give it a go. The other thing that obviously might happen is I might get plagued with mosquitoes after the next hour or so, but again, the hammock comes with a mosquito net. So at the moment you can sit on it as it is, as this kind of swimming seat, and then a bit later on you elasticate the mosquito net to raise it off the bottom bit, and then that's when you can get it in it, but at the moment you can use it as a seat. So it's all very nice. Just seen a kingfisher fly past, and I'm sure there's otters spraying basically underneath the hammock that I keep treading in at the moment. There's some great big paw prints as well, so all good news. I'm hungry now, so I'm going to light the stove and have something to eat. There you go, tranches on the go. Got some broccoli and French beans in there to go with Uncle Ben's tomato and basil express rice. So not my sort of thing normally, but to save space, that's what we're going to do. A couple of minutes and some boiling water with that, see how it goes. And the verdict on the Uncle Ben stuff, it's very, very good. I just wish I put some bacon in with it now. This is supposed to be a portion for 2 people, but it's not really. I mean, one person could easily eat that, it's not that much. So no, recommend that, very good. Tomorrow it's chicken and mushroom risotto. Yum yum. Finished the food. Decided not to have a cup of tea. What else have I done? What else? Done the washing up, had a wash, went for another paddle in the water because it's nice and shallow here, just to clean my legs off, then boiled some hot water and washed all the sun cream off me because it was horrible and sticky. I've now done the mosquito net with the elastic up in the tree, so this is now what it looks like. So it's a lot higher now, so there's a lot, once you're in the thing, it's not on your face, so it's nice and high. And that's where I will retire fairly shortly. It's now 9:15, Obviously it's not going to get dark for another hour or so, I wouldn't have thought. A kingfisher's just tried to land again here. No sign of the otter as yet, but it reeks around here. I chucked some of the poo into the river because I didn't want to tread in it, but there's a great big lump underneath where my sandals are at the moment, and there's a trail that sort of goes that way, and behind I found a trail through the grass that had fresh mud in it. Whether I'm close to the hole or not I don't know. I hope I'm not, so I'm not disturbing them. It might just be where one of the adults, probably the male, comes up and marks his territory, but it looks like it's very regularly used. I'm not sure whether I'm going to see the sunset or not. I might actually go to bed before it actually happens. If I see an otter I will try and film it. Got some friends suddenly turn up. Like a scene out of a cowboy film. Let's hope they don't start wading across. This is the view from inside the hammock. Still waiting for the sunset. Still so warm I'm not inside the sleeping bag, although it'd be interesting to find out what happens later, whether I will be cold or not. Shouldn't be though. Didn't get bitten by mosquitoes either whilst waiting for the sun to set out there, even though, you know, you think right by the water there'd be loads of them. There were, but they were just busying themselves, not biting me, so that was good. Just hope we don't have an otter experience in the night and he takes advantage of the canoe there to do something nasty inside it. I think I'm going to sleep well tonight. I only got about 2 or 3 hours sleep last night because of the travelling up.